Well, let's try out this new bottle of wine. Beringer. What you expect for $8? I don't think it's going to be anything fantastic. But I did ask the lady for advice, so let's see here. I did ask for advice this time. Anyway, I am Leroy Cruz. I am your life applications officer. And, here we go. You gotta be kidding me. Hold on. Give me a bottle of wine with a corkscrew. I don't do corkscrews, and I don't have nothing to get the corkscrew out. But got it out after getting half the bottle all over everything. Mm, definitely more alcohol, but the taste I'm not really impressed with. Definitely more alcohol. Um, I do not want to retire in this part of Pennsylvania. Went downtown Pittsburgh today to do my taxes. Again, you know, you can say what you want to say, but there's a big difference between today and the 80s. You know, you could go downtown Pittsburgh and you felt safe. There were cops everywhere. Uh, there were people. People were different. People were down there to do one thing and one thing only. Well, four things and four things only. They're down there to shop. They're down there to do business. You know, buy and sell. They're down there to commute from one place to another, and they're down there to for entertainment, to eat, to drink, you know, whatever. Okay. Um, but there's people down there, and they were real dumb to move housing down. And that's the same thing for Philadelphia. Like, don't move housing into the big city. Well, what's wrong with y'all? That's dumb. They move housing down there. They move McDonald's down there, all the fast food joints and all like that. And this is one of them things where, like, I don't care if you're trying to be more democratic by giving to the people and making all the people be stuck together in one area. No, that's just that's a bad call. All these people don't need to be stuck together. You know what I'm saying? I'm down there and you got the rich people, you got the wealthy people, you got the hard workers, you got the women, you know, the children, the you know, and you got people who just want to go home. Okay, they ain't trying to have to cross, you know, your street behind to pass go. They just want to go home. They just want to go home to their daddy. You know. Just everybody doesn't belong together. You know, I don't like sharing basic life with people from the street. I really don't. I don't like. I don't think people that are street people should be, you know, in the same space as people that are doing what the city is for. And I'm not saying you got to be rich, but like I said, like you're either buying and selling, you're either there for entertainment, you're there to commute, or you work down there. Okay, I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's people down there that are just walking the street and dipping their nose in everybody's business. They don't have nowhere special to go. They're not going to spend money on anything, which is if you don't have money, stay in the house. Don't even come out. If you ain't got no money to spend, you don't belong there. Don't even come out. You ain't there to do business or anything. You ain't there to use the park or you know, but everywhere down. People even go to the park and with their bummy selves and just hang out in the park. And I'm not talking about homeless people. I'm talking about there are bums and then there's homeless bums. I'm about just bums. They got money. They got welfare. Okay, they're just bums, and they're jealous of everybody that walks by. You know, and it's like I'm sitting down there and it's like if I'm paying attention to my phone, like I'm watching for a bus. The bus was taking so long, so I got an Uber. This Uber driver, he didn't even use his GPS. The GPS could have gave him better shortcuts than what he was using. He waits till he gets me home, decides to start using shortcuts, and made the trip long. Okay, I understand it's rush hour, but you know what I'm saying. You know, this is how you make your money, man. You have to know your shortcuts and all like that. He knew exactly where he was going, but um, he chose to make me. He chose to take over 30 minutes to get me home, and that's not necessary, even at rush hour. I live right above the city, you know. But anyway, um, I'm sitting down there and I got an Uber because I was tired of waiting on the bus. So you know, I didn't want to go inside, you know, a hotel or something like that, like a lot of bums do, and wait for my ride because they don't know me. So I decided to just sit there and wait, you know, for Uber to come. And I sat outside in front of one of the most expensive hotels downtown Pittsburgh. You got people sitting there, you got bums coming down there and loitering in front of the place like they cops. You know, they're loitering there, and they stand there watching everybody. No, bro, people need to watch you. You know what I mean? These are people that come in from other states. They come there. They ain't come there to see your crap. You know, they come from other states and so on, and they're there to do business. They're there for a special reason. You know, they can afford to stay at that hotel because of whatever their business is and because they saved up the money to do so. Okay, something you ain't gonna never do. Okay, so what I mean. You down there watching everybody like you need to be concerned about everybody's business. No, people need to be concerned about your business, bro, because you're the one that come down there looking like a bum. Everybody know you ain't got nowhere to go, nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you just take your behind on something? But I don't want to retire in this part of Pennsylvania. I want to retire in a place where I don't have to worry about the street people. Yeah, that might sound rude, but I just really get sick of them. I'm tired of streets. Tired of it. Tired of the streets. Really am. I'm tired of everything being black that is negative. Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole time I was sitting down, and there might have been one white dude who gave me the EBGBs because he was walking up looking like he was drunk or something. You know what I'm saying? And it's what? It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They can't wait till the sun go down before they start bumming, you know. And I'm sitting there and I'm minding my business, and you can tell who's who. They got them eyes, they got them those cat eyes, those tiger eyes, and they look at you like they're about to eat you for lunch. Okay, they look at you like they're about to eat you for lunch, and they're all up in your business. They scoping out everything you got in your hand, your phone, your bag, your folder, you know, your clothes, everything. They just scoping everything out, watching you, looking you up and down like you lunch. Okay, and it's sad, a sad deal. Wow, I didn't think I didn't know that people from that country fought over parking spaces. Wow, I'm learning. Wait, is he leaving? Okay, he wants to park directly in front of his house. I don't know. I'm learning. Anyway, I do not want to retire. I'm tired of this. I do not want to retire in this part of Pennsylvania. When I went down to Allentown, you know what I'm saying? Allentown's not the big city, it's a hit town, but um, it's labeled as a city. It's one of the major cities of Pennsylvania. And even though there's crime in Allentown, crime is less than both Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Okay. Um, the police down there are really, really, really anal about how they do their job. I mean, I really, really, the police down there have pride in their work. I like that. And they take pride in their work. And they celebrate being cops down there. I mean, I was down there doing this live on Facebook, and they had a police parade right there while I'm visiting. You know what I mean? Everything had to stop and wait for them to get their little parade done. I thought, this is bloody awesome. Awesome, you know. But Allentown is beautiful. It's not quite, but I don't even think Allentown, for the level of street people that do live in Allentown. Now, the town setting is different than Pittsburgh. Like, you don't have all these street bums just constantly everywhere. You know, down there, you go down a certain street, you might see one sitting on the steps to the school or the college, or you might see one sitting at the bank or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there because he ain't got nothing to do with himself. You know what I mean? But other than that, you see every race down there walking their dogs and sitting on porches and going. If they're bored, they'll just take a walk around town and enjoy the scenery. You know what I mean? There is no, just being a nuisance like here in Pittsburgh. People are a nuisance. Like, I feel like every time I come home, I have to shower downtown Pittsburgh off of me. There's so much There's so much street down there. There's too much street for me. Too much street. And and you getting in an Uber and they watching you like a hawk. They don't know if to rob you or the Uber driver. They maybe I need to move to Texas. Woo! I can taste that alcohol. Woo! I'm glad I didn't drink that down fast, man. But we got some people up here that ain't got it together. But um, nothing like the inner city. And the thing about Pittsburgh is like every downtown Pittsburgh leads to a ghetto. Every ghetto leads to downtown Pittsburgh. So people just get on the subway or a bus and just come down there starting crap. And what are you doing? I mean, you just coming down there to sell or to buy. You're just coming down there to do business. You're coming down and take your woman out. You're coming down there to go out with your friends, whatever. You ain't coming down there to deal with the street crap. You know what I mean? 3 o'clock in the afternoon, these bums cannot wait to start going around seeing what they can get into. You know, but I went to Allentown, and Allentown's one of them cities that don't get talked about very much. When you see a city that ain't in the news every day, it's probably a decent city. That's why. Um, you know, Either that or it's so small, ain't no sense in talking about it. It's just another part of a bigger city. But Allentown stands alone. It's the number one city in the county. It is the major city of the Lehigh Valley. So, um, just like Philly, just like Allentown, just like Pittsburgh, just like Allentown. Thing is, Allentown is beautiful. Allentown has a grip. Allentown's a little bit more conservative, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Somebody told me that too. Like Allentown's a little bit more conservative than a lot of these other inner city metropolitan areas of Pittsburgh. It's a little bit more conservative. Um, but I'm sitting there in a hotel. Matter of fact, I did a video um, right there the in the hotel, and I'm watching TV. And when you turn on the news, they tell you about all the problems in Philadelphia. They don't have much to say about Allentown. Okay, turn on Allentown news, they're going to talk about Philadelphia. That's where all the bad news is at. But even though I was around people who, when I was down there, didn't really have. There were people that didn't really have much going for themselves when I went down there. They were kind of like low income people and stuff like that while I was down there. But they stuck with their groups. They minded their own business. They didn't walk around meddling and being sneaky and crafty and making people nervous. You know what I mean? Um, they had their thing together. You know, um, but I don't want to retire like this. I don't want to retire like this. I really don't. I don't want to retire in a. I don't want to retire. I don't want to retire in Bummyville. You know what I mean? You know, I don't want to retire in Bummyville. You know what I mean? And then you got people down there. Um, you know, that, you know, they come from a higher class. Well, they got to go downtown to commute just like everybody else. No offense to you. And they're not trying to make you jealous or flash themselves in front of you. They just come from a higher nature than you. So the little Indian lady comes down there, you know what I mean? This is the way she dresses for college. She's sharp, you know what I mean? You know, she's a pit student or whatever, and she get off the bus down there. These bums start yelling across the street. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't such a bum, you'd be getting some. You know what I'm saying? Like, just leave people alone. You know, it's a mess, mess. And it's one of the things. It's like a thorn in my flesh that I wish God would take away from me. But I know what I have to do. I have to make plans for my retirement. I don't want to. I don't want to retire this way. And if I can't find it in Pennsylvania, I know there's some cities in Pennsylvania other than Allentown. I got to do better than Allentown. I love Allentown, and I'll probably be hanging out there a lot, but I got to do better than Allentown. Um, I had a blast in Allentown. When I went to Allentown, I went to, and I got all this on YouTube and Facebook if you want to look at it. I went to Allentown. I stayed in Allentown, but I went to Harrisburg. I went to New Jersey. I went through all the cities. I parked the car and took a bus ride. I went to backed up and went to Harrisburg. And then we started from Harrisburg and we went all the way into Philly. And then we went to Times Square and we went to Harlem. Oh my God. You go into Harlem, all you see is graffiti. When there's that much graffiti all over the place, you know some crap is going down. You know what I mean? Went to Harlem, went to Philadelphia. How come I only see one kind of people in Philadelphia? You know what I'm saying? Like like all I saw was them. You know what I mean? And I got nothing against these people, but I don't want to see you everywhere I have to breathe. I don't want to see you, like in my space all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to enjoy the trip. I don't need to see you down there trying to be a tightwad and get everything for free. Holding up the Rite Aid or whatever. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? And I mean, downtown Philadelphia looked better back in the days when I went down there and was dodging bullets. It actually looked better. Um, um, now that now that it's supposed to have like gotten better, the place. You know, it's hard for me to believe that people come to Pittsburgh today. Like they come here. Like I know this place. I was born and raised here, and I left here for 30 years thinking that when I come back, oh, it got worse. It got worse. It got worse. I never felt comfortable in Pittsburgh when I was a kid. And I was glad to get out of here and see another part of PA, and I did. Now that part of PA that those other parts of PA that I enjoyed, they're ghettos now. You know, went to school in Hazleton, it's a ghetto. You know what I mean? I just had a car accident not too long ago in Wilkes-Barre. It's a ghetto. You know, Wilkes-Barre was beautiful. Oh my God, absolutely gorgeous. When I used to go to church in Wilkes-Barre, like, oh my God, I thought, you know what? when I get out of job where I'm going to get a place in Wilkes. Didn't happen, but I was in, you know, but it's been on my mind every day until I saw a YouTube video where they showed how Wilkes-Barre started falling down and crashing. And the big mall and shopping center closed. And that was the place. That was, that place was glorious, man. You know, the best places of Pennsylvania that I have enjoyed are falling apart. They're just going to shreds. You know, the best of us, just going to shreds. You know, the best of us going to shreds. You know, and me and the guy at work was talking about that last night. Like, you know, um, me and him both. We've been around for a while. We lived in several places, and me and him lived in some of the same places. Coming up, and everybody knows how them places used to be booming with excitement and entertainment and business and leisure, and everybody flowed there. Like, like if you came to Pittsburgh, it's like, don't stop in Pittsburgh, go to McKeesport. If you stopped in Pittsburgh, it's like, don't stop in Pittsburgh, go to Squirrel Hill. You know what I'm saying? Even the Hill District. And I was like, when was this? And it was like way before the 80s, way before my time. Like, even the Hill District used to be booming. You know, right. When my cousin used to live up there, it's like, wow. And I'm looking for a city. I really am. I had a bunch of other stuff to say in this video that I wanted to say. I'll do a part two. I forget what it was, but that bottle of wine threw me off. They put a corkscrew in there. I ain't got nothing to pop that thing open with. I had to do that thing by hand. But I'm looking for a city. God could do one thing for me. Let me retire in that city. I'm looking for a city. There's a scripture in the Bible that talks about looking for a city. Abraham in the Bible, God pulled Abraham out of the land of his father. He said, "Go to a land that I will show you." Okay. And so Abraham moved out to a better place. There's a lot of wickedness in that land, in Haran. I think it was Haran. Was the neighborhood that he was in. Haran. And Pittsburgh is like Haran. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of idols, a lot of wickedness, a lot of nonsense. Um, in Pittsburgh, just a lot of nonsense. And they were just talking about the Hill District yesterday. It was like black folks getting shot, you know, up there, and another shooting. And I'm like, black folks? Them black folks got shot. You should be concerned. Don't sit there and talk about this like it's just, news. Okay. And then come back later and tell me some crap about I shouldn't go stay at some hotel in some part of PA because it used to be a plantation. No. When you hear about these shootings, especially when it involves children, you should be pissed off. You should be ready to yell Black Lives Matter then. Not wait till, some jackass gets shot for being a jackass. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, no, no. When these kids are getting shot, Because these kids, no matter what they do, no matter what they're into, they might be innocent compared to George Floyd, if you know what I mean. They're innocent compared to George Floyd. George Floyd suffered for what he did. Okay? Even if he suffered too much, he still suffered for what he did. He walked into that whooping. Okay? But these kids, even if they're in gangs and that, they're not really walking into it when they're that young. People need to be out there pulling them out of these gangs and helping them live a better life. You know, um, I'm looking for a city. I really am. I want to get away from all this. If people can't get themselves together, then I'm too good to be here. I really am. I mean, get yourself together. You know, like I left my family up in Westmoreland, and they're not. Westmoreland got issues, but they're rookies compared to the crap that's going on in Pittsburgh. And I had to be stupid enough to come back here for help. You know what I mean? I had to be stupid enough. But I'm confused. Maybe they're going for a walk. Maybe they're going to walk in the neighborhood. I don't know. I'm thinking, what you park the car for and walk? You got the baby. I don't know. Maybe they're going to walk in the neighborhood. Maybe they're trying to get back together. They look like maybe they're trying to get back together. Maybe they're trying to get back together. That's good. If you're trying to get back together, that's good. That's good. Praise the Lord for them. That's good. But it's my day off, by the way, and so I figured I'd sit out on the porch. They finally turned the freaking heat off. That heat had been on last night at 60 something degrees. I'd have punched my hand through a window. It was off though. It felt good. It felt good. I was able to sleep better. Praise the Lord. Um, I got to cook me some steak. I started to order me a pizza, but I spent my pizza money on the Uber. You can collect money off your taxes, and I just did. If you use Uber to ride back and forth to work, they'll refund you for it, taxes, or refund you, or they'll give you like an allowance for it or something like that. I forget. It's pretty neat. The woman threw that on my tax form, said I'll be getting money back for my all these Ubers. And I looked at that. I went to the app and I looked at like all these Ubers. Like within 1 month, I must have done like 10 Ubers. I didn't even realize until I looked at it. I knew I was doing a lot of Ubers, but God, I've been doing a lot of Ubers. And those prices are all over the place. Like, God, you know, God delivered me from Uber. God, you know, and this clown today, nice guy, but God, like, dude, it's rush hour. Why are you taking the longest route? It's rush hour. I need some wine. She gave me what I asked for, but it's less sugar. You want diabetic wine? This was it. Hardly no sugar. It's sour, and very high. I told her, more alcohol. I might have to put this in some food, like pour that on my steak or something. I don't know. Soften my steak because that's. But I gotta admit, I told her I need a little bit more alcohol intent, but I needed less thick. No cocoa. Don't put cocoa on my wine. I hate that. That makes wine taste like a smoothie. That ain't quite a smoothie. You know, no cocoa, just the wine, the grape, the alcohol. She took me to the section. Whew, that's alcohol. Whew. Yes, indeedy. But God is good. God is good. Every day that I survive here in Pittsburgh, I have to thank God. I prayed before I left the house last night. Prayed before I left the house. I'm ready to order me some Amway and some Amazon. Hello.
How are you doing? I need department number 4.
You what?
Department number 4.
This is 5. Check that one. I don't know if it goes this way or that way. What's the number? It's on that emblem on there. Is that the numbers on that
It's 4.
Oh, is that 4?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. No, that's 6. Oh, 4 would be
But this is 1, 2.
yeah, 4 would probably be 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, praise the Lord. I was gonna say, man, don't put no package there. Don't nobody live there. They come look at the place and then don't take it. I like it like that. I really don't want a lot of neighbors up here. I really don't want a lot of neighbors. Then neighbors want to get with neighbors and they want to drink and blast music. We already have an issue with the kids up here smoking and tearing up the basement. You know what I mean? We don't need no, we don't need no traffic. Really don't. I like it like this. You know what I'm saying? It's people like this. You know what I mean? I have a couple neighbors. Well, I got about more neighbors upstairs. And most of these people moved out. Like the good Christian girl that lived down there at number 1, she moved out. She was a really nice girl. I think she moved out because she broke up with her boyfriend, who wasn't a Christian. Go figure. And after she moved out, he moved out. There was a good Spanish family that lived right here. I can never understand their arrangements. I think it was just 2 brothers living there. I think everybody else was just visiting. I think they were putting people in there that ain't allowed to be on their lease in there. That's the only thing they were doing there legally. And yeah, they was doing a little bit of drugs. They was doing a little bit of selling. You know what I mean? I caught them red-handed. They was coming by here knocking on the door. You know. But another guy around the corner he's the guy that I did videos about him pacing back and forth. And one day I just grabbed enough balls to talk to him about it. He moved out like 2 days later. He moved out. I think what had happened was he tried to talk to his wife about it and complain about me. She told him to get a life because she shouldn't. You don't live over there. You shouldn't be pacing over there. You got enough room right over here. You want to pace back and forth. Why you got to pace back and forth in front of his window? But anyway, this video didn't go like I wanted to go. I had a bunch of stuff to say while I was in the Uber, and I just wanted to vent a little bit. I'm looking for a city. That's all I can tell you. I don't want to retire. And if your city is a mixture of bums and averages, I don't want to retire in your city either. You know what I mean? I don't want to deal with these young people. I don't want to deal with these young bums. I don't want to deal with these old bums. I'm looking for a city. And then when I find that city, I know there's one here in Pennsylvania that ain't being talked about. I'm going to find it. Once I find it, God's going to bless me to put a house on that property in that city. And then I'm going to invite my family to come down there with me. And we're all going to see a better side of life before I finally close my eyes and open them up to Jesus. Okay? That's the way I want to go out. I don't want to go out like this. I want to go out with class. In Jesus' name. God bless you. I am DeRoy Cruz. I am your life applications officer. If you came to my channel, I am your life applications officer. Get over it. If I'm not your life applications officer, then you're on the wrong channel. Yeah. But I am your life applications officer. So thanks for watching. I will talk to you again with more soon, maybe in the next few minutes, because maybe what I want to talk about will all come back to my memory and I'll write it down. But I'm looking for a city. I hope you are too. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon.